back to Zeke's Lunchbox. Today we are going to break into my sketchbook. If you haven't seen any of my sketchbook videos on this channel, I've got a whole playlist down below. Just drawing in my sketchbook, sketchbook tours. Speaking of tours, thank you guys so much for watching part 1 of the sketchbook tour and 2, and also the silent sketchbook tour. If you've missed them, make sure you head over to the playlist down below and watch those as well. We're almost at 10,000 views with the first sketchbook tour, so I'm really excited about that. In order to get to 10,000 views, head over there, give the video a like, comment on the video so we can boost that algorithm and the YouTube gods can pop me up onto that explore page and we can get more views on that. Breaking into a new sketchbook, which is very exciting. Lots of creativity and weirdness is about to ensue. And speaking of, I've just launched Zeke-tober. If you're unaware, October is the month of challenges in the art community, and I just decided to do my own little challenge as well. This one's very much based on character design, creature design, just prompts to kind of help you find your creative voice, just to see what your creations could potentially look like with some more obscure prompts. The prompts are staggered throughout the month of October to mostly focus on dates that include the weekend. After hosting the April Art Challenge a couple of months ago, again, there'll be more videos of those below if you want to watch those. But doing the 30-day challenge or 31-day challenge, I think is a little unrealistic, and I think people burn out and then they feel really bad about themselves when they don't complete it. So this challenge is halved, and 15 drawings is still quite a lot of drawings. So please join me in the month of October. If you guys want to see videos of that, make sure you comment below. Tell me what kind of videos you want to watch with the October challenge. And also make sure you share the post on Instagram so everybody else can know that you're going to participate. And one last thing, you can also join the Facebook group if you want to share your art and we can all chat about everybody's creations and get excited about the art challenge. Okay, all right, that's it from me. Let's draw. Sketchbook time, sketchbook time. Okay, don't look. This is a little preview of a painting I'm working on. Alright, you guys, sketchbook. Whoa, it looks so small here. If you're new here, I have just finished my last sketchbook. It's a bit of a tradition to do a couple of sketchbook tours on this channel, so I will put a playlist of the past sketchbooks so you can kind of get a framed idea of what the older sketchbooks look like, and then now you can kind of see the evolution and the direction that I'm planning on going into with this one. So, I have already, spoiler alert, I've already drawn a little bit in this current sketchbook. Have this thing where as soon as I finish the sketchbook tours, I kind of launch straight into the next one. I kind of like these two cuties together. I like playing with scale. I think it's a really fun, surreal way to play with art, but you know, it's something that we expect and know, but it's almost like flipped in a way. So playing with scale for me is kind of playful and fun. Anytime you see collage bits, it means that I've made a thing that I didn't like, so I had to cover it. A couple of more illustrations, some more figure studies. Here I wanted to see what a more caricature drawing would look like. I'm really trying to play with speed and just seeing what my, you know, super quick faces could potentially look like. What does a really like simple brushstroke artwork look like for me? So I quite like the idea of playing around with this a bit more, although it feels a bit scary because the Zeke brand is very much, you know, fully rendered artworks. I think there'll be a little bit of a pushback if I do more artworks like this, but you know. And then this guy I drew in 2009 and I used him for an old uni project where I had to make a zine. I'm still impressed that I was able to draw this, you know, all those years ago, 11 years ago now. This was a rare drawing of, or I guess a rare moment of clarity for me. All my other drawings were not to this level. This was like, I remember drawing this at the time and being like, wow, okay, whoa, maybe I can draw. I'm trying to go for speed in this sketchbook rather than like playing around too intensely. But this is the page that we are going to focus on this week. Now my goal is to just play around with these Poscas, but also play around with a couple of these too, but also play with, wait, there's more. Play with this watercolor palette too. This is going to be very much a playing with mediums, lots of mediums kind of video. I really want to encourage you guys to experiment a lot more, and that can really only happen if I show you what experimentation looks like. I think people get very tied down to a medium or a style, and you know, that is beneficial to, obviously, to an extent, to be recognizable to an audience, but sketchbook time is experimental time. That's why I like to encourage everyone to have a sketchbook. So we're gonna play around with Poscas, obviously. I'm gonna start off by putting down a base of watercolor first, just because watercolor fills up big blocks of shapes really quickly, and that is the goal that we are going for. I'm gonna draw from this book today. If you watched my last sketchbook tour, I mentioned that I don't draw Asian men enough, so I feel like I need to draw those guys a little bit more and fill up my diversity quota in who I study and the faces that I study. So if you know this book, you're probably maybe in your late 20s to early 30s and this book is very nostalgic to you. Okay, so I'm going to try and just pick out a couple of faces from this book. I think mostly Asian male faces, and then yeah, experiment with Poscas. I don't know Poscas all too much. I have already drawn, you know, this one piece with Poscas, so you won't get my, you know, straight up first reactions with it. I'm more just trying to figure out the medium a little bit more intently. So let's go into it. Okie dokie, so this is where I'm up to at the moment, you know, trying to figure out what I can do with the Posca markers. I find like coloring in with them, like the scratchy tactile feeling against the paper kind of makes my skin crawl a little. That's mostly why I don't like working with markers for the most part, because the scratchiness like really hurts my ears. I know it's so weird, but it just does. It's looking incredibly 90s or like late 90s, early O's, especially with these like clear glasses, the hair and everything. So it's a bit of a nostalgic trip right now. I am going to work with this dark blue just to outline him. I tried to do some kind of outline with like red. I do like how the Poscas can just outline things really quickly, and it's super opaque, and I like the actual paint in the Poscas as well. So it's getting a little bit like messy here, so I just need to go in with something a bit more dark and clarify some blocks, and then I'm going to move on to something else. I quite like how it's feeling super graphic because the line work has to be a lot fatter. It's also reminding me of like other work from the 90s. It's a real 90s early O's vibe when like people were drawing things on Illustrator and Photoshop and they were kind of, I don't know, the line work was very thick. I'll just pop in a couple of images so you understand what I'm thinking, but yeah, I'm getting like a whole vintage O's vibe from this, which is not necessarily fashionable right now, but it may be coming up. If you're new to this channel, you probably don't know that I have a fashion background. That's what I studied in university. Zeke's Lunchbox started as a fashion brand as well. But anyway, I know fashion is cyclical, and don't you think it's just so wild that this look here is from what, the mid-90s? And I feel like this is what e-boys, e-girls, trap rappers kind of look like now. That's like the uniform. Pretty cool. Now, I've chosen this guy here because I just feel like, really like the expression that he has here. It's kind of coy, a bit shy, a bit cheeky. I think the pattern in the beanie I can probably do quite well with the Poscas because it is a lot of blocky colors and not all of the very slight details that are in a face that really make or break a face. So I'm mostly just focusing on faces for this spread here. I also really, I don't know if you can see, but I love, you know, how sharp his nose is as well. So I'm going to try and capture that as best that I can. So, third guy is done. I will be drawing one other or maybe two more dudes, we'll see. But while we're here, let me know which one you're vibing so far. Out of the three, what's your favorite? Comment below and let me know. I'm really enjoying the mixed media thing that I'm doing at the moment. For me, I always have to have a base with watercolor. It just really helps me solidify things really quickly. But then after a while, I do find that watercolor is really difficult to layer. I think particularly with the paint palette that I have. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the Poscas for that reason. They're also very instant. I feel like I did this drawing in maybe 20 minutes, which, you know, for me is quick. For others, maybe not so much. And then I did a little last bit for the more subtle shades in the face. So a couple more pinks and some more blues and greens for the beard area. But yeah, I'm really enjoying how instant these are. I'm gonna continue and keep playing around. Right now I'm trying to use as many different colors as possible. I really like this aqua color. This aqua color right now is awesome. Really loving this color, especially mixed in with all of the yellows. On to search for yet another fella. Found one more dude that I'd like to draw. I absolutely love his shirt. It looks like a really stiff kind of cotton mixed with like a rayon woven fabric. And anyway, I just really like the, you know, traditional like kipau collar mixed in with some more panels here. Anyway, I like these sort of like modern takes of traditional clothing. I think it's really cool. Gonna draw this guy. Okay, you guys, I think I'm done for today. I still think there's plenty more options to play around with more Poscas, but I'm really not game enough to do a whole piece with the Poscas. Just like I said before, I think they're too much of a finishing product for me to do like a whole illustration with. But hey, still a bunch of other pages in the sketchbook and we can experiment and see. If you'd like to see more pieces where I just try out just Poscas by themselves, comment below. And also let me know out of the four guys here which one your favorite is. I think they all have a lot of personality, which is, you know, a goal that I wanted to achieve this year. Just trying to put a lot more spunk into the people that I draw. When it comes to more diversity, I've ticked the Asian men off the list for now. Yeah, I'm gonna try and make it more of a habit to just do not just girls and not just, you know, pretty white model girls too. Alrighty, that's me. Okay, you guys, we are done for today. I hope you guys liked that video. If you want to watch more sketchbook videos that are a little bit more casual, like the one that we just watched, make sure you comment below as well and let me know if you like these sort of videos. Otherwise, in between videos, you can head over to my Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and also I'm on TikTok, but I don't post there all too much. Yeah, follow me over there if you want to see all the art in between the videos. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you give the video a like and subscribe. And a big shout out to all my patrons for supporting this channel and making videos like this happen. If you want to become a patron, you can do so over here. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. See you next week. Bye.